don't have to worry, this is not going to be very long. But I do want to thank the college and the selection committee for giving me this honor. I also want to thank my sisters who are here, Marilyn Coatney and Mary Winningham, my sons, Eugene and Stacy, and 3 of Stacy's kids, Chris, Hannah, and Sam. Now there's a pair to grow up to. And I guess I better say something about my wife too. She's really responsible for this. If it hadn't been for her, I'd never got through here in the first place. I think she's probably the only kindergarten teacher in the country who has taken theory football, theory basketball, prevention and treatment of injuries, and kinesiology. But she did a good enough job to get me out of there. I also want to thank Tom and Pat Hopkins for being here. Harley and Donna Rector. I was going to thank Ned Ekman, but he didn't make it. But anyway,
Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Oh, there he is.
Wouldn't miss it.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so.
Thank you.
Ned is a guy that's probably had his hands on my butt more than anybody in the world. Then I want to thank some coaches that I had. The first coach I had in high school was Bill Whitty, who later became a great friend of mine. Jerry Stemper, who eventually moved over to the college, and who later became a very good friend of mine. Paul Gilbert, who was a line coach at Peru the first 2 years I was here. He's probably, in my opinion, the best coach. He not only told you what he wanted you to do, but he told you how to do it, which I think is important, and it doesn't always happen that way. And of course, Al Wheeler, who is a legend in his own right. And then I never had the privilege of playing for him, but Jack McIntyre is a great friend of mine, and he helped me a lot in my coaching. All right, that's about it. I got one little story I want to tell you about my introduction to college football. I was a freshman. We're going to play not Augustana, but Buena Vista up in Nebraska City at the what do they call it, Applejack Bowl or something. Anyway, so Prue got quite a ways ahead, so I got to go in the game. And I got in there, and I'm backing up the line in the first play. And this end from Buena Vista came out of there. He didn't try to block me, he didn't juke me, he didn't do anything but hauled off and busted me right in the mouth with his fist. And down I went. And them little white lights, red lights come on. Well, I finally shook those off and I got up on my feet because I I was afraid somebody'd seen me. But the referees didn't throw a flag or anything. And I thought to myself, you know, this could be some fun. And it really was. Thank you.
I can't compete with that very enjoyable. But I am very honored to be here today in memory of my beloved Sid. This truly would have been the happiest and proudest day of his life. I so treasure the memories of Grand Marshal Sid in 2008. I truly enjoyed every minute of that day. Sid played football the way he did everything in life, all heart. The memories he so cherished of his years at Peru State College, the football games and friendships, never dimmed. He was buried in his Cotty's Peru State College football sweatshirt with his signed football from the Grand Marshal event. There is a football in number 7 on the side of our tombstone. That's who Sid was. I can see the smile on his face and the tears in his eyes as I speak tonight. I sincerely want to thank each and every person who helped to make Sid's dream a reality. Go Bobcats!
Thanks Dave Stemper for the video over there. Last Monday I was thinking about videos and I made a note to call Dave Stemper. So that morning we went out for breakfast. When I got home I had 3 calls from Dave Stemper. Wow, what a coincidence. Dave said, I got some video, some 8mm film here that you might be interested in. And so I took it and had it changed over, and so that's what you're seeing over there. Being a coach, I critiqued it, and I said, I don't think we played that well. Rexall Harvey had a great game, and the rest of it, I didn't think we played up our potential. So anyway, it was a good trip. I think before you talk about a team, you have to talk about the orchestra leader, Coach McIntyre. Mac was a great coach. He ran the triangle 3 away before Phil Jackson ever thought about running. Phil Jackson's coached the Bulls to many championships and LA Lakers to several championships. Jack was a heck of a recruiter. He got Bob Bitzenbaugh to come up in Oklahoma City. Rexall Harvey came from DePaul, Indiana. Mike Roach came from Mountain University. And how did he recruit me? Well, after my senior year, I was helping a farmer in Sterling move an irrigation pipe. And the 2 funniest things you'll ever see is 2 big guys coming down the corner row looking for me. And it was Coach Stemmer and Coach McIntyre. So that's how he recruited me. And he had to walk a long ways to get there. It wasn't just a couple feet. So Mac's done a real good job getting those guys together. As far as the team, how does this team get together? I mentioned some things, but most of us came in year 58, 59. Played JV ball. Our JVs and freshmen went out and played at the University of Nebraska, and we beat them, the freshman team at the University of Nebraska. Mike Roach scored 30 points. Terry Bush, the coach of Nebraska, said he wasn't good enough to play for him. I think he changed his mind a little bit after he scored 30 points. So during 58, 59, it was just a learning experience. Playing behind Chuck Francis, who's here tonight. Chuck started on the 58, 59, 59, 60 team. So that was an experience for us. A little bit of the same thing in 59 and 60. We had some good teams in, but we had trouble beating Wesleyan to go to the national tournament. It wasn't until 60, 61 that this team really got together at the end of the year. We won our NIA Division 11 tournament up in Lincoln, and then we went to Kansas City. We beat Oglethorpe, Georgia. Sure you're all familiar with that. Oglethorpe was the 4th seeded team in the tournament, keeping everybody to 50 points per game on defense. We scored over 70 points and beat them. The next night we played Grambling. How many ever heard of Willis Reed? Most of you. Willis Reed was on the team and he wasn't their best player. Charles Hartnett, an alternate to the Olympic team, was on that team. So, you probably can tell they beat us, but they also walked through the tournament and beat everybody by 20 points. They probably should have been seeded first, but they weren't. So that was our experience in 1661. We had about everybody back on the 61, 62 team that's being honored tonight. And we had a real good season. And we lost one in the conference, won a couple small tournaments, qualified for the national tournament again, and we went down and beat Mayville, North Dakota in the first round tournament, and then we played Carson Newman, Tennessee, that you see over there. So that was a very good team that came through and did that.